Bienvenue à Chamonix. Here is the UTMB Kopitiam. My name is Markus, and we are right here on the Monday at UTMB in Chamonix, France. What is UTMB Kopitiam? Kopitiam is a Singapore Singlish version of coffee time, Kopitiam. So we are here covering the latest news and insights from UTMB, where we are for the entire week. We are going to give you uncensored views, insights, what's going on, what we are seeing. We're not sponsored. We have no commercial interest. We are just here to observe. So my name is Markus, as you probably know. We're talking to Ned later, of course. He is going to come in live from New York City. But so far, I am here in Chamonix. It's been great. The morning was lovely. The clouds suddenly went away and we have seen sunshine coming out as if the trail running god is blessing us with its beautiful sunshine. You can see in the morning that everyone is mingling at Moody's Coffee Roaster. So if you're in town and UTMB, everyone is meeting at Moody's Coffee Roaster, which seems to be a British couple running. And they're very fast, though, in delivering their coffees. And it's also very delicious coffee. Had a cold brew there. You see a lot of people with different running crews, from Big Hydration to Hau Ha to On. You hear different nationalities. I hear a lot of Americans, to be honest with you. They seem to come in early, maybe for the jet lag. But that it's great. We see also the Asian runners coming, many Chinese, some from Southeast Asia. So there were the first impressions. It is all happening, and we are going to come back in a few more minutes. Until then, cheers. Good evening in Chamonix. It is Monday, and I am here with the Mute Trail team, with the famous Hau Ha and Gim. How are you doing, Hau?
I'm doing well in here, so I'm so happy.
You can hear the laughter. She's super excited. If you would see her right now, she's dancing all over the place. You seem excited for your 100-kilometer CCC. What is the plan for this week?
For this week, I plan only rest and enjoy the time to be here before the race. My important race in my life.
The most important race in your life?
Yes.
So far,
Yeah.
So how are you, Coach Gim? Are you going to keep her calm before the storm? What is your plan for the next 5 days?
Well, it's hard. It's hard to keep her focused, especially. Yeah, I mean, she's definitely focused, but I mean, it's not to be distracted, right? Especially the Vietnamese community, you know it well. They all like to meet. They all like to talk. They all like to chat. They all like to go, and it's part of who she is. I mean, she loves it, but at the same time, yeah, we try to keep it as quiet and as focused as possible.
Rumors have it that you have a special diet and cooking going on this week. So what is going on in the Mood house with the cooking skills of Hau?
I love to cooking. Yeah, because that my flyer cooking. I love that. Then to be here, very difficult, like not like in Vietnam. So if you not eat well, so that big problem. But in here, I can cook whatever I want. So I'm so happy with that. And my team love my food. I cook too.
So you brought the ingredients from Vietnam?
Yeah, I bring some rice and the fish shot and noodle, right?
Yeah.
Bún, yeah, the noodle from Vietnam. I cook for every people in my team, but every people so happy Vietnamese food.
So making bún ga, bún nam.
No, the spring roll and bún gà. Yes.
Wow, I wish I could be there. That sounds delicious. Oh man, it's like
She's good. She's really good food.
It's like a Spanish Vietnamese fusion cuisine.
Yeah.
So the race is coming up. You ran it last year. You came fourth. What an amazing adventure and, of course, achievement last year. What are you going to do different this year?
I come back this year, so I'm so happy with my team. My team prepare everything, and my head coach Kim. And I'm come back. I will do better than last year. That my plan to this year. I will do better.
How good will you do this year?
No, I think that year I'm not doing well because everything very new. I'm gonna go here and get shocked with everything in here. But this year I perfect everything very well, so I think it's perfect for this year. I hope.
How was your training different this year than last year? Did you train differently? Did you do anything differently?
Yes, of course, training really hard in this year, really hard, and training speed a lot. Yeah, harder than that last year a lot, like 10% more, like that. And for me now, everything is good. My body feeling very good. I'm not feel tired.
Nice. As a coach, what's your perspective on this year's CCC race? For Hau?
It's yeah, I mean, definitely exciting, no? As you say, last year fourth. So, and without knowing, we didn't know anything. We were very, very naive somehow. But this year we know the course. We prepare, as Jose, we prepare well, and I mean, it's a race, so you have to start, you have to finish, and we will see, no? But yeah, I know she's feeling strong, and yeah, we have experience now. Last year we didn't. We know the course. Last year we didn't. Yeah, I mean, last year we had Valentin on the course. That was nice. This year we won, but this year she knows when there's a climb, when there's a downhill. We know what we did wrong last year. Yeah, we start too fast. We lost too much time on the checkpoints. So yeah, this year we're focused on do that better, and yeah, we think that we'll see. We never know.
This year the race starts 1 hour later than last year. How will this change your strategy or the race overall?
I think nothing to change. I think start late or earlier with me is the same. I always think the same. Doesn't matter that for me.
We just want it either that it's super hot,
Yeah, super
right?
hot, good. Super
Hot, good, or rainy.
slippery, good.
So we want tough conditions. If it's like now, it's okay. But we want either extremely hot or pouring down, right?
Yes, and slippery. That's
Slippery.
good.
Wow, because you have an advantage coming from Sapa, where it's hot and slippery and technical and everything
Yeah.
combined, right?
Yeah.
What is your impression as a Vietnam Asian runner coming to a UTMB this year? How does it feel to be one of the best Asian runners at UTMB this year?
You think me? I don't know.
Do you feel you get like special attention, or do you think the Europeans and Americans are a bit scared now because they know you came fourth last year? Has it changed anything the last 12 months?
I just think for me to be in here to run with the top elite in the world, for me that's in my dream. In my dream, why you? Yeah, because before I don't think like I'm the best trail runner in South Asia. Then today I will be in here. So stay in the start line with the elite in the world. That make me feel like I'm very lucky. Then run with them, and we'll see how strong I am in the few days. Okay.
Okay.
Good answer.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's true that we don't yet feel it because this is the beginning of the week, and I mean, despite she finished fourth last year, there's no much. Well, you know, in Vietnam, there's not much coverage of the trail running in the national media, so we get a couple of interviews during the whole year. So, and when we walk on the streets, okay, Asian people, sure, no, Singaporeans, Vietnamese, I mean, they will come and say hello, but the rest of the world seems not to know yet or to be aware. But I guess this week we'll see when the whole show starts, and we'll get into she will have to meet the pros and all this. We'll see how they look at her, like if they think that is a proper contender or if it was just the fun of one day last year, or we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think in Asia we know,
Yeah.
we know how she is. So
I mean, we have to change that. I think people have to know Asian runners now. Right? That's why we're doing all these podcasts. Where we have to feature Asian, especially Asian females. I do think that this year we have very strong Asian females. Sumaya Buddha, we have Fu Zhao Zhang. So we have UTMB, CCC, and OCC covered. Unfortunately, the three of you don't race together. They'll be very fun to watch, but at least the three of you have your other competitors you can battle with.
no, I think there's Miao Yao and Sumaya on the OCC, and actually I think the OCC female contingent it's amazing. I think that's probably the one that concentrates more talent in one. And I think that race is gonna be a blast. But yeah, it's true that the international media, that it's the one that most we listen normally, obviously, they are focused on the runners of their countries. The US media focus on the US runners, the European media, whatever is the country, focus on the runner. I mean, that's a normal thing, right? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if, I guess, either Sumaya or the Chinese runners or Hau can start making. And I think, as we know now, her English is perfect. So it's ready.
Yeah, you definitely have improved your English since last time I met you in Vietnam. What is secret sauce? Do you have an English boyfriend now, or what's going on?
No, I just learn by myself.
Impressive. Any message in Vietnamese you want to share with the world out there?
I don't know. How you?
No, you want to say something to Vietnam in Vietnamese?
Say in Vietnamese?
Yeah.
How to say?
Well, you speak Viet, right?
But I don't know how to. I have no idea.
Then, last question. What is your message in English to all the other Asian females that are listening now who might want to join UTMB in the next 5-10 years? What's your message?
Okay. What would you like to say to other women that they are running?
Yeah, I know,
or that maybe they are not running, but they maybe run?
Yes, I'm.
Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, but now I have no idea to say. Like, if you want to do something to make your life getting better, so should do some exercise like you want. Doesn't matter like you need to run or you do another exercise that I just think like you do some exercise make you feel happy and enjoy of your life, and and very important like I know sometimes your life make you stress, boring, but if you start from today to do some exercise, you will feel like how beautiful your life. And if I can do, so I think you can do too.
Amazing. I mean, I think previously we covered an episode of the 1 your story being a mom and living in Sapa, and that was only a few years ago, and now you are running on the world stage in Chamonix. Amazing. Best of luck. We're going to follow you, of course, the next few days, and we will cover you more. But for now, thank you so much for your time. And guys, you guys rock, okay? You can do it. Golen.
Yeah.
Stressful, but yeah.
You will be some checkpoint to support Valentine too?
Yes, I will be in Contamine on Friday evening. So before Valentine goes into his night, I will give him some German tough love. And so he will get a new sleeve, long shirt, and some nutrition. I will make that happen because his wife and brother are going to be in Comayeur. So those two are not connected. So I'm going to cover Contamine to help Valentine, and then the rest are in Comayeur.
What's the time that he...
So I can't say right now. You should listen to the podcast because I'm going to cover him on the podcast soon.
We won't tell you then. We will tell you then the time that we have in mind also. You will have to listen on the next episode.
Exactly. We're all curious to see. Well,
Faster.
But
just faster.
now I can speak in Vietnamese.
Yeah, sure. Go.
I say like Việt Nam ơi, I say in Việt đó.
Yeah, sure.
Việt Nam ơi, tôi sẽ cố gắng hoàn thành giấc mơ mà quan trọng nhất trong cuộc đời của mình và hy vọng mọi người sẽ ủng hộ Hà Hậu. Cảm ơn rất là nhiều.
come on you. Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
We come with the last part of the UTMB Kopitiam Day 1 of the 2024 UTMB in Chamonix, Mont Blanc, and I am here live with Ned. Good evening, good afternoon, Ned.
Markus, good afternoon. We have changed locations. You used to be in Vietnam or Germany, and now you're in France. I was in Singapore and Bali. Now I'm in New York. We are all over the world.
Indeed, this is our Kopitiam, which people still figure out what it means. It's coffee time in Singlish. This is our chance to have an uncensored perspective and insights of this UTMB here happening in France. The media is all over it. This is the uncensored version. What do you want to know, Ned, of the first day?
Tell me, have you been? So, number one, you have not been to it before. In a couple of sentences, what is the feeling like being there?
The feeling is rather odd. It is so huge and so small at the same time. I can compare it, of course, to Western states, where, as I said before, it's been 250 people and 3 hours of Expo. This is only day one of 7 days. But at the same time, the finish line, what I've seen before on television, looks now very small in real. So it's quite odd. You know that kind of UTMB finish line that you see online, that is now really small in real. I'm like, huh? Really? It's hard to believe.
Do you get this sense? Does it still feel like the soul of trail running, or does it feel like some big corporate fest?
I think it is very nice to meet a lot of different people. It is like a festival that is happening, and you just have a chance to bump into so many people. So I think if you are in the industry, you probably feel like it's a soul. But I can also tell you, I've got my mom with me. She doesn't know anything about this. She's so impressed by all this brands and all the flags and all the media. So she says, oh, this is a huge industry I never heard of. So I think from the outside, you might think of it as a commercial. So I also thought today, if you happen to be in Chamonix just by accident this week as a hiker, or I don't know, you'd be probably thinking, what's going on here? But because we're on the inside, I'm like, oh, this seems familiar. It's still trail running. But yeah, so it depends on perspective.
So far, I know this is not a fair question, but day one, have you enjoyed Western States feeling more or UTMB?
I think I really enjoyed Western States. I really enjoyed that small community. I really enjoyed just going up to people. You just have everyone in one street and you just meet them and you have direct access. It's so much easier. UTMB now, you get lost, and if you don't know your way around, it takes you days and days, or today at least an hour to figure out where to go or who to see. So I think that the smaller community in Western States was really easy to access. This is really grand, and you just need to make the best out of it. It's honestly quite intimidating. I have a bit of a imposter syndrome here, like feeling, oh my God, I have a brand Lekker, and I'm like, ooh, this is big. This is almost too big. So it feels very big.
I remember when you were at Western States, I remember you were saying, I could just say hello to Harvey Lewis or Billy Yang or Gordy Ainsley. And I got this sense after you being there a couple of days that you felt so at home. And again, we've talked a lot about the Ironman world. I remember finally getting to Kona, and it was great, but I also felt like, oh, okay. Like, I don't want to say this isn't why I did the sport, because it was. I wanted to get to Kona. I have zero desire to run UTMB. I'm not bashing it. I'm not. It's just me. I think I've been in it 30 years. But if this was my first year my first 5 years in ultra and trail, I would be so excited to get to UTMB. After 30 years, I'd rather go and hang with old timers and just hang with the dudes in the forest.
Yeah, some notable insights from today. Pretty much every brand under the moon is there. I mean, you have very, very nice, actually, like it's called the Village, the Salon de UTMB. So we have a very nice little chalets built. I think it looks pretty awesome expo. Like it's much, much nicer expo than anything else seen before, even compared to the Asian ones, which usually are the nice ones. So it's really well done, all the brands. One brand is missing. It is On Running. So I have not seen On Running there. Everyone else, of course, is there, from Hoka to Nike to Terex, whatnot. But the one big one that running is missing is On Running. That's one impression I got today. A lot of nutrition brands, a lot of European brands, no surprise. You can try all of them. It's very nice. A lot of gear brands I never heard of. A lot of local ones from Spain, from Andorra, from northern Italy. So there seems to be still a market out there where, new brands are emerging, not just the big ones are there. And a lot of different languages and colors, of course, but especially Asians. It's notable how many Asian runners here are, whether it's from, Southern Asia or the Northeast Asia. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but I think that's just one of the few things that I observed today.
10 years ago, there would have been almost no Asian runners there.
Yeah. And we listened earlier to the Hau Ha interview, and yeah, it's a fantastic to have access to someone like her who is probably going to crush it, whether it's top 3 or even winning it, who knows, we'll see. But yeah, it's the interest of the media into the Asian runners is still very limited. So that is what I heard from them is it's like, yeah, well, thank you for covering us. Not many others are doing it.
Is she running UTMB, CCC, OCC? What's she running?
So Maya Buddha is doing OCC, then Hau Ha is doing CCC, and Fujiao Zhang is doing UTMB. So all the 3 strong ladies are divided into 3 different races.
I mean, it is not impossible. It's unlikely, but it is not impossible they all win. How crazy would that be?
I mean, yeah, imagine. I mean, I think the OCC is a very strong field. I think the OCC this year has some very good runners in there. CCC, Hau Ha seems pretty confident, and not too many. And then UTMB again, of course, you have a very strong field with Katie Scheiden, where we've talked about last week.
How did you fill your day? You said you were in awe a little bit. Did you walk around starstruck, or did you manage to get conversation?
What puts you? I was in awe today by just simply the Mont Blanc. What a magnificent, beautiful mountain it is. That is something extraordinary. Just to always kind of watching you. It's hard to put in words. I think that's really that was the most beautiful thing. You just look up and like, oh, hey, Mont Blanc, what's up, man? You good? Yeah, you're good. And you have this beautifully white covered mountain. I think that's just amazing. The village, everything around. I think it's just a big festival. And you and I have been to many tech startup festivals. It's kind of the same thing now. It's just, just go around and you meet and greet and talk. But the mountains are just so amazing. I think that's where, I get itchy thinking, I need to get up there.
Yeah, and have you been on the trails?
Yeah, this morning, of course. The first thing I did was on the trails. I did a little hike up the hills. They were beautiful, actually, mountains. And it's been fantastic. The air is great. The weather this week supposedly fairly okay, but the forecast says maybe Saturday evening we're going to have some rain, which some runners tell me today like and others don't like. So let's see. But yeah, there's also lots of talk of town, by the way, about the business. So people are wondering about, UTMB revenue. People are talking about UTMB profits. People are talking about, some other larger nutrition brands. We know who they are, getting investments and how they are doing now. So there is the rumor, the rumors are brewing. It's fascinating now that the industry has more people and more money in it. There are also more rumors about it. And we don't want to spread rumors right now, but, we'll see once you can confirm them. But definitely I can pick up a lot of talk about business stuff.
Cool. And did you get any sense, any of that previous ill feeling that was hanging around? Any sense of it? Or is everyone drinking the Kool-Aid hard?
I mean, so hard. The UTMB merchandise tent, let's call it, was packed. It was like a bazaar. Like people were going like crazy after the UTMB merchandise. Everyone's wearing UTMB. I mean, there was zero protests, zero, nothing. It's just it's like a UTMB bonanza.
Well, good on these dudes. They managed to do it. It's great.
Yep.
It is good. So what is your plan tomorrow?
So tomorrow we're going to have more Asian runners. So for the next UTMB Kopitiam, you're going to get covered by Indonesian and Malaysian runners. And we're also going to get some more German insights from some German friends. So get ready for episode 2 of the UTMB Kopitiam with more interviews from different regions of this beautiful trail world.
Well, that's it. Well, look, I have to jump to go and cover something here in New York, a little bit of business. I hope the listeners, just a little intro. It is so good to have you there tomorrow. Let's see, you're going to grab some people to chat to. You're going to do any live interviews in the streets?
We don't do live, but we record basically on the go. That's correct, yeah.
Do it. We can see them. We can hear it tomorrow.
Exactly. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Ned, for tuning in. And otherwise, follow us on Instagram as usual and the podcast platforms. And of course, reach out. We are in Chamonix. So if you're here, give a shout. Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
100%. Take care, people. See you tomorrow.